Good. Share our warp stone, and I will not eat you. Yet.
健闘を祈る。
人類に栄光あれ。
人類に栄光あれ。
人類栄光あれ。
Manchester.
The pub.
Yeah, boy!
Hey everybody! Oh, need to turn camera on. How's everybody doing? Hello. Happy Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday, everybody. How are we all doing? Hello, 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 hello. Hello, everybody. Everybody. My executioner heads have arrived, so I can do my 5 extra executioners, which is good. So I have 26 executioners now, which is excellent. Come visit me, I'll cook dinner. Oh. Shirato dinner sounds amazing. Does sound really good. Shirato. Shirato. Glad it stopped raining, but that's about it for you. What's about it for you? What, the like happiness of Friday? I have got these though, so at least Sophie can be happy about something. For some other reason, the organiser of the crusade wants me to play against either the Space Wolves player or the Death Guard. Nice. I've got 1 billion order forms to process for Monday. Cool. I'll keep you like entertained though. We'll make Friday go quickly, and then you can get to Saturday, or you can get to Friday night, and you can get to chips. Oh, chips. Right. Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Pew pew pew, pew pew pew, pew pew pew. Right, so we need all of these out. All of these out. So that we can paint all the copper on them, because they have shitloads of copper all over them. They got so much copper, it's insane. Copper armour everywhere. Copper armour everywhere. So this will be fun. I might change the bows to a bone colour as well, so I'll probably do that. I think the bows need to be a bone colour. Right, we should probably get some music on, shouldn't we? Definitely Chippy T. So what's the idea with the high elves for Army 8 or whatever it'd be? I don't know, like, because I got the card pack and I've got the dice, because they're elves and everybody likes elves. Well, not everybody likes elves. I really like elves, so I don't know whether I might wait to see what the tweaks in the rules do. Because I was going to do like a couple of units of dragon princes. And these are dragon knights again. Because they're knights and they're dragon ones. I was going to do a couple of units of dragon knights with a chariot. A couple of great eagles again. And stuff, but I don't know. Which of these do you think might Drakari want to raid for supplies? Oh, anybody. You can make an argument for Drakari raid anybody for, like, oh, it's a Tristan! Yes! Yes! It's a Tristan! Can't believe that a fancy creature based on an ancient civilization that main metal was copper are covered in copper. Can't believe that a fantasy creature based on an ancient civilization that main metal was copper are covered in copper. Move my mic closer. Sorry, I was talking like that rather than at the microphone. Based on matchups? Nah. Just play anybody. Luna, hello. Sounds like you're in a reverb chamber. Does it? I hope it's not something that's playing around with a mic. Hang on, let me check that the microphone is actually picking up the right microphone, which it is. There we go. Hey Luna. Yeah, so we're going to paint up some copper on these today, which would be great. And we'll get all of these done. I do need to prime this one a little bit more. It's the primer is. I didn't quite. I ran out of primer as I was doing that one. You're gonna have to play at some point. You're gonna have to play all of them. Bo Ushabti. Yeah, this is what makes up my 30 Ushabti. I actually have 31 because I forgot to count the standard bearer which I made. So now I have 31 Ushabti because I've got 8 bow Ushabti, which are really cool. I managed to bend some of their arms as well to make them slightly more interesting. Yeah, we're going to very quickly... Right, I need to move that off there. Did I show you my Wood Elf Dragon base as well? That's my Wood Elf Dragon base. So that's kind of where I was going to. They're strange looking Bretts. So yeah, I have had the transfers arrive. So at some point we will do some Bretts. But Purpley Spark shouted at me and told me to get the Ushabti done, which is fair, to be fair, because I need these painted for tournament. So yeah, that's the Forest Dragon base. I think I've got like a plan of how to move forward with it all. It's all quite interesting. I'm loving doing these little bits of moss. So the texture and the detail and everything is actually kind of small enough. The leaves work out really well. They've all been coated in PVA glue now as well, so they're hard. And then at the front we're going to have some tufts around this side. And then at the front here I'm going to have like a thistle. Either a thistle or like some tall nettles, because there's like the annoyance of nettling is the annoyance of nettlings is a thing in Old World. So for wood elves. So I kind of wanted some nettles on this side at the front. A log skeleton, the most fearsome Ushabti of them all. It's not for the Lady Friday. It's not for the Lady Friday. Yeah, we should be doing Brett. Yeah, that's a really good one actually. We'll do Brett. So the Bretts. That's the Bretonnian which I've started. The Hospitaller, Knights of the Hospitaller. So we've started that one. We need to put some more texture on the shield. Apply the transfer, and then probably, I think I'm going to add just a little bit of kind of dark red trim, just to add a bit of colour. And then we've obviously got the belt to turn brown, so that'll add a little bit of colour as well. And then beyond that, we're going to have some browny orange kind of dirt and stuff down at the bottom of the things. Maybe you can't comment, but is it tomorrow that the NDA of Obesity Balls will drop? Yes, it is, because that's when the pre-order opens up. And this is also not an Ushabti, that is right. And I can comment on that. So the NDA always drops whenever the pre-orders open. So we should be able to find some information about the Beastman tomorrow, which will be cool. So yeah, right. Let's get some painting done. You put your kit bash attempt in the gallery. Oh, of the thingy. Right, let's go have a look. Ah, so they're arrogant young bastards. That's why they're impetuous. Okay. Oh, mate, that's cool. Hang on. That's cool. I'd probably move it. I'd probably move his hand a bit further up here. So I'd cut it here. I'd cut it here, and move it right up to the hand there, and then probably extend it out to the back, because you tend to throw the spear slightly further up. But that's awesome. That's really cool. I'm liking that, mate. It's really nice. Still needs cleaning up. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I wasn't expecting this to be finished. When do pre-orders for Lady Malice start? Fair. That's a good idea. Yeah, that's cool. That's really nice, dude. I like that. I like that. That looks great. Could you cut the hand there and have the spear coming this way? If you cut the hand there and turn the wrist, you could have the spear coming out this way a little bit. Really nice. Really nice. Right. Viva Las Vegas! Woo woo woo! Right, so we don't need the wet palette today, which is good because we're doing metallics. So that just means I need to very, very quickly slosh some paint over this just to make sure that we've caught. So some of them. This was like the last. Trying to make the primer survive this last one. So the primer is a little bit thin on this, so I thought I'd just brush paint the last little bit, which will be fine. So yeah, we'll make the bow the same tone as we were painting the skeleton bone, so that makes sense. That sounds quite cool, and that will tie it in with that. Stuck my horrible dugout frame in gallery. I'm not going to look at it, Sophie, until you retype that message and remove the horrible bit. That is my pet peeve with artists in Discord saying that their work's shit. So unless it is intended to be a horrible frame, if it's intended to be a horrible frame and that's the vibe you were going for, and therefore you've done it really well, please rephrase your message, and then I'll go and have a look at it. So we'll come out whenever the next Dark Eldar Codex drops. Whenever that is. There we go. Any other last little bits? That's probably a little bit thin as well. Yeah, I'm not having people in the community saying their work's crap. You see my absolute dog water Brett, can't paint to save my life. I have seen them, yeah. Looking great. So yeah, I was trying to think. I had a flick through the Arcane Journal. I'm not particularly interested in the trace stuff. And I was kind of hoping that one of them was going to be like a Dragon Knighty cavalry based Arcane Journal, but it's not, is it? The other one is like a Sea Guard thing. What's a good entry sound? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. That's up to you to pick. That is up to you to pick. Oh, I still need to. That bit snapped off, so I still need to put that last little bit on the. Which is fine actually, because we're not painting these copper anymore. Oh, that's a very, very good point. We need to reprime that. We need to reprime that bow, don't we? Because we're making that the bone colour. There we go. Keep it nice and thin. If we can do this, then it should just knock the metallic off this, and allow the bone base coat to go on nicely. We'll just control the gloss level on that. We don't need full coverage at all on that. There we go. Now you can do all cavalry mounted high elves just from a grand army, so it wasn't seen as different enough for the first. No, that's fair enough. Yeah, so it would probably be like because is it the Reavers that are good or the Silverhelms? Silverhelms, isn't it? Silverhelms are good. Reavers are terrible. So Silverhelms, Dragon Princes, a couple of chariots, Great Eagle or two, and a dragon. Are both good? I thought the Reavers were not. Okay, that's cool. It's a head scratcher, that one. Reavers have good models. Reavers do have really nice models. Yeah, Reavers do look really good. That's very true. But then again, the Heralds of Darkness for Chaos is similar and wasted pages in that book, is it? Sophie's on the lurk. No worries, Sophie Soph. Oh, we need to get some music on, don't we? And then also... There we go. You are so entertaining, I just realised I've been watching with the sound off! How now, a brown cow? Mr. Tomb King Tristan. Mr. Tomb King Tristan, what do you think about 8 Bo Ushabti ready to pew-pew the shit out of people? Pew-pew-pew! There we go. We have 8 Bo Ushabti. They can fire in 2 ranks, can't they? They have volley fire. I'm pretty sure they have volley fire. Pew pew pew! I think it makes me jealous. And miss 2nd edition. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I'll be able to turn the wrist. It's not visible in the picture, but he's got a massive wrist guards. So if you ever want to do that, you cut down the back of the wrist. So you cut down the back of the wrist first, and then you cut the wrist off. You need a brand new knife for that, because you need to be able to cut with no pressure. Because if you have an old blade, you put too much pressure on, and then you cut the whole bit of the wrist off. So you have a brand new blade, and you cut down the wrist really, really slowly. Stop when you get to there, and then you cut the wrist off, and then you can turn the hand wherever you like. Particularly because it's plastic, and the glue will have arrived. Oh, also this arrived. Look at that. Look at that. And also, this is really cool. So when I turn the lights off at night to go to sleep, I left the Chris Russin logo on last night, and this just goes. It looks like radioactive. It's awesome. I got this from a random recommended stream. Is this like Warhammer 40,000 painted or something? It is indeed. It is indeed. Today it is Warhammer the Old World, so we're painting some Tomb Kings today. But I nearly picked up that model. Can't show you that one. I have been painting some 40k stuff as well recently. Nice ink, I know, right? Right? So it's a fluorescent green. I think it was Sinister who recommended this one. It was either Sinister or Whiskey. Although Whiskey's just replied, so maybe it was Whiskey. So yeah, it's the fluorescent green from Liquitex. So I'm going to have a play around. This is going to be, my plan is to do one Green Knight as like a really creepy, dark, glowy green, and I'm going to use this. I can't show that one. Ren might faint. Yeah, I'm just making sure things are covered up. Ren might faint. So the Liquitex. So I'm going to do the Green Knight. I'm going to do a Green Knight for the Bretonians. The Green Knight for the Bretonians is going to be like this, and then the Green Knight for the Wood Elves is going to be a bit more like stereotypical what the Green Knight would look like with all the... I might add some leaves to it as well and things like that. What did you miss? Absolutely nothing, Ren, actually. You missed absolutely nothing. I am going to pick up... So that's probably what Ren missed, actually. I am going to pick up... I'm going to grab that. As soon as they land, I'm like, I'm having that. I'm having that. I'm ordering that. And then the battalion, obviously. So yeah, it's just stunning. Right, so let's paint. Yeah, so what you missed, Ren, was us talking about how we're going to paint all these up. So they're going to be all gold. This is going to be a bone bow to match the bone. That needs to kind of go at the front, doesn't it? To match the bone.
Wow, there's a Christopher, and not only music, but the right music.
Yeah,
hats off, Christopher.
Got the right music and everything. Check me out. There we go. That's probably about right. That can go at the front. That's probably the unit. That's probably the unit made up the best. Question is, do I need to do... How would you convert a champion? Although that's now got 3... It's now got 3 of those at the back. How would you go about making a champion for Bo, Ushabti, or can't you? You can't really, can you? 5 and 3 is probably best rules wise. 190. I mean, I bow to you. They are reminding me of the Eternals for MTG. Guess I know what WOTC ripped them off from. You wouldn't take 1. It's a waste of 7 points. Oh, is it? Both from Stargate probably. Right, let's get these done. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. So we need. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. I think that was great. And then we'll add some tufts. I might add. Shall I add a tuft on? I kind of want to see what a tuft looks like there. Let's add a tuft in there. No, actually, because I want to use a large tuft. So I've got some really, really tall tufts coming tomorrow with my wood elves. So I want to add a tall tuft there. Maybe I can add a small tuft down there. Maybe down in there. Only lose 1 shot from volley fire if 3 at the back. Oh, because it's half, isn't it? So if I do that, that's 5 shots. Because it's half the back rank, isn't it? Rounding up. They still look awesome. Right. Copper. There's the copper. So this is a copper. I need to order some more of this actually. Should I put that on my? I'll put that on my Element Games order. Old copper. Make sure it's in stock. 10 in stock. Yeah. So add that as well. There we go. So I'm getting the Beastman dice and cards tomorrow. I'm just adding like little bits on. And I need the Snotling team for Andy as well. Lurking time. No, Ren, I'm painting now. Tomb King Tristan, how's the hype for AOS? Those battle plans, I was slightly worried with those battle plans because those battle plans were starting out to be absolutely bonkers. They were looking absolutely crazy. Shout out for the Wren. Shout out for the Wren. Shout out for the Wren. Now Ren's gone, we can discuss the Cathay properly. What's to discuss about the Cathay? I don't think we know anything about the Cathay, do we? Lurk, hey retired, how you doing? Oh, the Great Longbow. Oh, that's so cool. I hope that's a unit coming in, like a second wave or something, or maybe they just haven't revealed it yet, and it's going to come in the first wave, and they needed something to hold back so that they could hype it up. They do look very, very bit heavy from seeing the videos, seeing the pictures. How broken they'll be. Excitement for the next wave after release. Speculation what else comes. How broken they'll be. Great Longma Riders. Crane Gunners. Maybe Jade Crossbowmen. What are the Crane Gunners then? Talk to me about the Crane Gunners. The Great Longma Riders will be amazing. Yeah, I will hopefully aim the army towards a couple of units of Great Longma Riders, because I think they look awesome, and especially now I have the official name for them, because I was just saying like Longma Cavalry Unit or whatever. Great Longma Riders. I think Skaven Jezzails, but Cathay. Oh, yeah. Oh, sweet. So, like, massive long rifles. Viva last Tomb King Tristan. Viva last Tomb King Tristan. Viva, viva last Tomb King Tristan. Crane Gunners. The old world. Oh, sweet! Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that'll be really nice. How many is that it then for units in the old Total War? Have they really? Here's a question. I don't think there is, because like they've not really. There's not really that big a release. Is there anything in that first release that isn't in Total War? I'm guessing they have like halberd warriors and hand weapon warriors and knights and Mao Ying. They look really cool, Hendy. Hendy, are you doing Cathay? I can't remember. I think you're waiting for Kislev, aren't you? Purple Spark is doing Cathay, isn't she? We are dragging Purple Spark into the old world, aren't we? With Cathay, aren't we? You're not? Okay, wife has been offered to buy me something from the Warhammer store. Maybe I'll grab a Psychomancer. Psychomancer's awesome, actually. Or target, you could get some more of the awesome destroyers. Deploy the snake destroyers. War Masters, are you going Cathay? Interestingly, the army that I did play when I played Total War 3 was Cathay. You've put in a request. You've put in a request. You put in a request to who? The wife. Please, wifey. Would it be okay if I get a battalion? I'd be more hyped for Kislev though. I think I would definitely be interested in the Kislev as well. To my local stockist to secure one as soon as he can order them. Nothing fancy or special. I'm not that privileged. So as soon as they're on his I can order them list, he's going to go, yep, I've got you one. Very cool. They are very cool. Yeah, I'll pick up some. I'm a little bit worried about how quick they're going to be to paint, because they do look very complicated. They've got lots of things going on. If you look at the pickies, they've got lots going on. So we'll see how that translates to painting that isn't slap chop. That's really cool though, Warmasters. Actually, there's not that much. There's not as much copper on them as I initially thought. Once you don't paint the big bow, so actually they're about right. Meeting, look, no! Hey, Twitch lady.
You. Fuck. Moo. Tongue.
Uwu. We do have some uwu today. We are painting some uwu. Much to Sophie Soph's disgust, probably. Old World doesn't sell much for him, so he doesn't always go for new stuff unless asked. Ah, okay. That's a little bit worrying if Old World isn't selling that well for him. It does seem to sell out on all the stockists, and obviously the Games Workshop website when you kind of get a release day. I was quite surprised that I could pick up the Wood Elf cards. A little bit later than I was expecting to be able to. Like, I think it was like 10:20. that's the point actually. I need to check that. I need to check that order. I can't remember what else I ordered on that one. Because that was the Games Workshop order. Because I got the dice. Wood Elf dice will be perfect as well. You're never going to need lots of Wood Elf dice really. So it doesn't bother me as much that you only get 18. I just like having 20 dice. So you can roll in multiples of 20 when you need to, but then I suppose there's lots of old world armies that don't really. Well, there's lots of old world in general that you don't really need that amount of dice. You're not really rolling like 100 dice, unless you're doing silly Tomb King Archer blocks. It doesn't have much above the core range. I mean, the battalion is a pretty cool core range though, right? Woodies aren't a super popular faction. Do you think? I thought they were. I thought Woodies were. Missing units. Oh wow. Okay, here we go. Missing units. Peasant Long Spearmen, Jade Warrior Crossbowmen, Peasant Archers. Iron Hail Gunners, Crane Gunners, Nangao Grenadiers, Peasant Horsemen. So there's lots of peasant stuff. Great Long Maribers, Onyx Crossbowmen, Jet Jade Lion, Celestial Lion, Great Moonbird, Wu Ying War. What the fuck is a Wu Zing War Compass? Sky Jung. What the hell is a Sky Jung? And what's a Zangu War Drum? Crowmen? A bigger balloon. Okay. I don't think they're going to put a bigger balloon in. What do you think? I think the balloon will probably be... The one they've already done is probably... Oh, wow. Well, Sophie's not in chat, because I think she's lurking. But she said this was shit, and that's awesome. How cool is that, guys? I don't know what it is, but that's awesome. How cool is that? Yeah, I don't expect this, but yeah, wow. It'd be cool if they did manage to hit all of that. At some point, it'd be really cool. Her dugout for Blood Bowl. Oh! It'd be really cool if they could hit all of that. Because one of the things about one of the things about AOS, like with armies like Daughters of Cain and Ideneth Deepkin, you're off. No, Hendy, come back. See you later, dude. You might get excited DMs later. Yeah, one of the things about the old Age of Sigmar is that when they have things like Daughters of Cain and Ideneth Deepkin that are like an entirely new faction, they don't have that many units. They don't have that many unit entries, which is always a little bit sad, because then you just see the same all the time with a very little variation. So it'd be really cool if they could hit a vast, like a large number of those. The Peasant Long Spearmen, I don't know how they would work with using some of the other peasant models, but we'll see. I'm just sat here painting all of these, Hendy, so it's fine. I need a... Shall we use that one? Let's use this one. Oh no, I'll tell you what, let's use that one. We can use this one. In fact, I'm just going to pull this back a fraction. Right. This is going to need quite a bit of kind of touch up after the fact. So I'm planning on doing all of this copper and then doing like the weathering on it, and then touching everything up after it. This would be a really good one to kind of paint all that red first and then paint the copper on top. I wonder what UK Games Expo is like today. There we go. So yeah, there are some pre-orders going up tomorrow. So if you would like to, if you are going to grab any and you are in the situation to be able to order from one of my affiliates, that would be awesome. Exclamation mark Element or exclamation mark Griffin, depending on whereabouts in the country you are. Always appreciated, always really helpful. And it's beneficial for you as well, with either more loyalty points or discount off the discount off your basket. Right, and then we've just got the head. There we go. Really cool. It should be fun. They look great. Got some copper at the top and bottom of the quiver as well. I'll try and get that in. This is just a knackered old brush, this one. Try not to use nice brushes on metallics when I'm just throwing base tones down. I'll use a nice brush when I'm highlighting, but again it will be one that's been used for a bit, not a brand new one. Okay, another one done. We're going to go back to that first one we did because I don't think I did the quiver. So we'll just check the quiver. Yeah, we missed the quiver. So high elf, the silver helms are like the fast combat cavalry. The reavers are the fast shooty cavalry. And then the Dragon Princes are the heavy cavalry, right? That's how the High Elf stuff was. I've not really looked at the High Elf stuff. Because I always kind of veered towards the Dark Elves. So it was always like, meh, High Elves, bleh. But, particularly with Lord of the Rings now, and running Rivendell and stuff, I think it'd be quite cool to run a High Elf. But it won't be one that I collect the army for, it'll be one that I collect a list for. So, there's two very different hobby aspects that we've been talking about recently, collecting an army and collecting a list. So I think I'll have a quick flick through the Arcane Journal and see what an all cavalry list looks like. Well, which way would you go, Warmaster? Would you run a couple of units of Reavers and one kind of hammer unit of Dragon Princes? Or would you not run Dragon Princes at all? I mean, I like the Dragon Princes, so I'll definitely run them. I don't know how big a unit, maybe 2 units of 5 or something, I don't know. Don't know whether Dragon Princes are like a surgical hit or a bit more of a hammer hit for a larger unit, take a larger unit. I think the Reavers might be a bit more of a kind of a surgical charge in to kind of tip the balance sort of unit. Don't use Dragon Princes at all at the moment. No, I don't mind that. Like that's fine. But like, would you be able to find a place for them at all, or? Because I could just go on the internet and just net list a High Elf army, but I don't really want to do that. That's dull. You know what I'm like. Once Impetuous isn't as bad. Oh, is Impetuous getting a little bit of a tweak as well? I mean, if Impetuous... Because Impetuous is just a 50-50, right, at the moment. It's a 4+, they have to charge. What happens if they make that into a leadership test? Does that make them a bit more viable? Even Silver Helms are used as kind of chaff, unless it's a big unit as a character delivery system. Oh, you got Silver Helms as well, haven't you? Hang on, you've got 4 units of cavalry, haven't you? Reavers, Elysian Reavers. Hang on. Have I just confused myself again? Where's the High Elves? Silver Helms. Dragon Princes, Reavers. Oh no, it's just 3. It is just 3. It's just 3. I counted Silver Helms twice, yeah. It's done with a Goblin and an Elf for the same chance of just running off at the moment. Okay, so it might get a bit of a tweak. Okay. That's good. I think it was a really good kind of addition first try kind of thing. Because you can't just rehash, you can't just re-release like 8th edition or 7th edition or something. It's got to be something different. I thought they've done a reasonably good job with it. Obviously, I wish the points or some of the rules were slightly different on the Wood Elves. They just seem, some of them just seem dumb. In terms of, oh, these are the same number of points, but I don't even know. Like, I don't even know what to think about the Wood Elves sometimes. Like the Warhawk Riders, I don't know what they're expecting the Warhawk Riders to do for the points. That kind of thing. Dragon Pincers, yeah, 2+ save, 2 attacks and weapon skill, yeah, not awful. Yeah, it's a 2+ save is really nice. And then you can give them a +1 toughness banner, so they then turn into toughness 4, 2 up save, 2 attacks. I think they're quite fun. I think they're quite good. Stick a really cool hero in there. I think you'd probably still run the High Elf Dragon, and I think the High Elf Dragon's a really cool kit as well. So. So yeah, I don't know 1 or 2 units of Dragon Princes. I'm gonna have to. I'll have a kind of a dig around. But that's cool that it's like Grand Army really for the cavalry. That's fine. It means I don't have to worry about kind of faffing around with the Arcane Journal. Yeah, they got the different types. Yeah, I really like the model as well. I like that kit. So unlike the Dark Elf Dragon, where I'm like, nah, I'll use that because I use the Stormcast one for my Dark Elves. The High Elves and the Wood Elves, I really like the kits for. So stuck with that. Stuck with the official one for those two. I kind of like. I'll do some conversions with the Wood Elves. I've got some ideas for conversions with the Wood Elves, but there's just something nostalgically characterful and satisfying about having just the regular units and not messing around with the units too much, in my opinion. I think for me. So I'm really enjoying, like the Tomb Kings. I'm just really enjoying like just simple kit bashes to make the Skeleton Warriors look a bit more Tomb Kingsy and a bit cooler. So using the Kapesh weapons from the chariots and things. I grabbed a load of those Kapeshes off eBay dirt cheap just before the game came out. So my Skeleton Warriors have all got kind of like Kapeshes and hand weapons, and then the spears are the halberds from the Graveguard kit and things like that, and then you got loads of the heads kind of scattered in there as well, just to kind of break it up. So I'm really enjoying that. I've got some ideas for Deepwood Scouts, trying to make the Deepwood Scouts out of the Wildwood Rangers. I'm just putting bows on the Wildwood Ranger and seeing what that looks like. It might end up being Glade Guard with just the Wildwood Ranger hats on. We'll see. But I might try and do at least one unit of Wildwood Rangers with bows, so that they can be, if I need like a special unit of Deepwood Scouts. I can't remember. I've got a funny feeling that you can make one of the Deepwood Scouts like Vanguard or something weird. So maybe if I had like one unit slightly different. I need to make a load of like skirmish unit fillers for Wood Elves though. High Elves is the easiest. Let's get the double dragons in. Yes. Sorry, I've read that one already. Yeah, the High Elves are interesting. I'll do them really dark as well. In my head. So the High Elf dice arrive tomorrow, along with the Wood Elf dice, Wood Elf cards, Battalion, Glade Riders, some Tufts, some more contrast medium because I'm out of contrast medium, and then I'll order the Beastman bits for my Minotaur army. So the Beastman dice, the Beastman dice I really like, I think they look really good. So we'll get the Beastman dice, we'll get the Beastman magic cards. Again, to go with my Minotaurs. And I was looking for the Bretonian cards on eBay, but they were extortionate. Deepwoods just get Scout as default. Can you upgrade them to something else? I thought you could upgrade Deepwoods to like something else. I must be misremembering. I thought they had to pay 1 point per model to give them something. Yeah, and the way, from what I hear as well, the way Scout works at the moment is that you're giving up the first turn if you're deploying Scouts, because it's the last Scout. So the last person who plays a Scout gets -1, or the other person gets +1. Which seems very Scout detrimental. I don't want them to control the game too much, because that's one of the things that AOS and 40k do, and one of the things that the Specialist Design Studio don't do is control the game too much. They're like, here's the rules, go play within our rules, whereas AOS and 40k is you're not allowed to veer from these rules at all, like right down to the latest battle plans and everything for AOS have been so specific on what terrain is as well. Like this is a wood, things like that. I don't want them to get that much. Moving to give the opponent +1, which is dumb. Now the regular archers are the ones that can be given Vanguard. Wood Elf Wednesdays. It'll be Wood Elf week. Next week is Wood Elf week. Safe. Wood Elf week with maybe like Sophie Bretonian Friday or something. Russell fastest, interesting. I'm glad Russell's found some pace. Scouts placed last. Okay. Was that a rule that came in with the FAQ, or have Scouts always placed last? I hope that gets a bit of a tweak as well. So do you have to? So you deploy all the normal stuff, and then you have to wait for your opponent to finish all the normal stuff, and then you deploy your scouts. Yeah, that's. I know. I kind of see what they're trying to do there, but no, that's not. Sophie's on the lurk again. Sophie, we just showed off your really cool Blood Bowl thing. Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with the rules, though. That would be really good. Hopefully, it's rumoured to be when the Cathay come out, isn't it? Like after the Cathay come out. So we'll see. The Beastmen are coming out earlier than I thought, so maybe the Cathay will come out earlier than I thought. The Beastmen came out way earlier than I thought. Units with special rule may be deployed after all. Oh, they can be deployed. Oh, if deployed in this way, scouts cannot declare a charge in the. Ah. Flat out special rule. Okay. Cheers, War Masters. Fucking somebody just pressure washing their car. Scouts always like that, then they FAQ cloud that they count as a deployment drop still, or something similar. Gotcha. It's one of those confirmation sort of things. Yeah, so what else should arrive tomorrow? They've been shipped 24, so they should arrive tomorrow, which is awesome. Guess is FAQ around the time of Cathay. Do you think they'll do it as an FAQ though? I think they might do it as like a. I think they might do it as like a little bit of a campaign book drop. I think that might be quite fun. Keep the lore rolling and things. Like SDS seem to be really good at keeping the lore rolling. Like the Necromunda, they have so much lore flying around in Necromunda. It's fantastic. So I think they might do it as a. I think they might do it as a bit of a book. Oh, do you think? Okay. FAQ and errata. Maybe. Really good though. Really good though. These look awesome. These are looking really cool. In fact, I've missed one thing on this one. Look. Need to do that. Did you watch NXT in the end, War Masters, after I spoiled it for you? I'm very sorry. That's got to mean she's coming to the main group, right? I hope she comes and beats the shit out of Perez. I really don't like her. It's so funny. Oh dear, it's really weird, isn't it? How you just decide that you don't like somebody. Very little anything. FAQ and errata. I've got loads of card sleeves now, the Warhammer Old World card sleeves, so I'm going to get some magic cards printed. I'm going to get them printed on some, what did we reckon, 310 GSM. And get them printed on some of that, just with like a neutral colour on the back, and then slot them in the card so they've got the Old World logo on the back. And then I can reprint and update them whenever they get updated. Little community PDFs. Oh yeah, that too. Not yet, still actually. I only watch it sometimes though. Only Raw, SmackDown, and the events I watch consistently. Yeah, we got SmackDown this. Hang on, we've got there's a. Oh, hang on, what is it? Money in the Bank, isn't it? So we've got to have like a couple more Money in the Bank qualifiers this weekend. I'm glad Julia got in. I hope Julia eliminates. Well, not eliminated it because it's Money in the Bank, but anyway. I think Julia can wrestle. I don't think Perez can wrestle. Well, she clearly can, but I don't think she can wrestle at the level of the others. Although, to be fair, I don't think Tiffany Stratton can either. I think she's a terrible wrestler. Next weekend for Money in the Bank. Fucking Perez wins that. I'll veto watching anything. Depends on the opponent for Tiffany. It shouldn't depend on your opponent. You should be able to. Anyway. Yeah, I'm glad Stephanie's looks like she might be moving over. That sounds good. Sounds good to me. See her on the main card. Do you think she'll go? Oh yeah. If it's not like that, that's a hell of a story. That because she can. And I kind of want Seth Rollins on the male side as well. Because I think just being able to cash that in at any point is just going to add so much tension and excitement. It's like, oh, when are they going to do that? Although I wouldn't be cross with Alexa Bliss either, because Alexa's fucking awesome. It's so awkward, and Charlotte sandbagged her most of the match at Mania, but yeah, we'll see. Maybe Stephanie debuts in time to get Money in the Bank. Oh my god. Dude, don't. That would be Julia. Julia, Alexa, Mami, Stephanie, all in Money in the Bank. Fucking hell, who do you pick for that? That would be awesome, wouldn't it? That would be really cool. Oh, I've just lost my NXT Championship. Give me a Money in the Bank qualifier. Oi, Pierce. Oh, I hope she goes red. Hope she goes raw. Do you have any idea how they pick where they go, whether it's Raw or SmackDown? Has Phoenix had a qualifier yet? Ray Phoenix... Has he? He turned up at NXT, didn't he, the other week? Did he fight in the one that LA Knight won? No, I don't think he has he? I tell you what. Tell you one thing. I was hoping. I was hoping that. Oh shit. Oh, the Scottish Warrior dude. Oh, shit, I can't remember his name. Drew McIntyre. I was hoping Drew McIntyre was going to be the third with Rollins. I think he needs to get out of that Damien Priest storyline ASAP. It's fucking shit. Oh right, okay. I thought he was in one. Not really, just where they think they need a boost to the roster or where they have a storyline, I guess. Okay. I mean, Perez is going to get absolutely beaten shitless by, what do we call it, at some point. Him and Penta both in the ladder match would have been awesome. Oh my god, that would have been really cool, actually. I don't know who else. I don't know who else to throw in there. Right. Is that all that copper done? There's a little bit there, look. There's these little, just occasionally there's just tiny little bits of, I need to check the ones I've done already because there's some around these rib cages which occasionally you miss. There we go, that's number 5 done. Oh, Ushabti. Yeah, there we go. Let me see. There's one underneath there. Tiny little bit underneath that. Just going back through them all, making sure I've caught like little things like inside this collar, which needs to have a certain amount of copper in there so that we can patina it as well. And then there's also this top of this head as well, which I've missed on this one. There's going to be a couple of really good YouTube videos coming, by the way. There's one on building models. I've got some new tools arrived, which is just decided with the Wood Elves coming. Just thought I'd try to just push the finish on some of my builds. So I've got some new little tools arrived which we can talk about on a video on YouTube soon. That'll be really fun. Right, we've got 3 left. We've done 5. We've got 3 left. Let's do this one. Chat's very quiet today. Is it everybody's Friday kind of chill out? What has anybody got things arriving tomorrow? Has anybody got pre-orders arriving tomorrow? I need to do my social media post about affiliates. If you're going to pick up the Space Wolf stuff tomorrow, or the Beastman. It was Solo in the qualifier with Phoenix, with Solo winning. Fatu is the last SmackDown qualifier tonight, and no doubt winning the last SmackDown woman on tonight. Maybe this wrestling sports chat is killing others though. Maybe. What's who's in the game with Fatu tonight? And do we know who the ladies ones are? I'm going to spend all day tomorrow building wood elves. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Fatu, Andrade, Camelo, and Cargill, Jackson, Naomi. Shit. I mean, that's got to be Cargill, right? They seem to love Cargill, which is fine because she's awesome. Who's going to intrude on that one? Who is going to intrude on that one? Yeah, Wood Elves all day tomorrow, with Formula One. With Formula One on, and then it's Champions League final tomorrow evening while I'm still building Wood Elves. I'll do I don't know which ones to do first. I kind of want to do the Glade Riders first, I think, and then I just want to kind of sit on the Glade Guard and have a look at all the bits. Definitely the same with the Wild Riders and the Sisters of the Thorn. I don't know which way to go on those two yet. I'd reckon Jax wins as the other two are feuding still, no doubt cost each other the match. I reckon. Hey Fish, how are you doing? I don't know whether Jax needs to win, does she? How are you doing, Fish? Are you expecting pre-orders to arrive tomorrow? Have you ordered anything? Or are you going to order anything in the pre-order window for stuff that's coming up tomorrow? Happy Friday and all that. You're building a dragon? Oh, which dragon, dude? Which dragon? I'm gonna go Cargill wins that one, War Masters. But yeah, you're probably right. It probably is Jax, but think the bigger thing, the bigger question on the men's side is who's actually going to win Money in the Bank. I think that's going to be insanely cool to see. You're doing Vordry! Oh, dude, it's such a cool model. It's such a cool model. So I don't know whether you watched the review video that I did on that. I thought the sculpting on that somehow kind of paid homage or like harked back to some of that hand sculpting of monsters that used to be, because I thought there was definitely like a hand sculpted softness to some of the details in there. I thought it was brilliant. I thought that model was really, really, really well done. The dragon, the Draconolith. I thought it was excellent. I'm really impressed with that. Interested to hear what you think. What's your next Old World Army Warmaster? Actually, what are your Old World Armies Warmasters Forge? I don't know. I don't even think I know. What armies do you have? I know Hendy's got a fair few. I know Toby keeps like quitting on everything and not even getting an army. Although I think he's getting Wood Elf soon, isn't he? Like, I don't want to do Nurgle. Don't want to do this. Don't want to do that. Jacob Fatou, the Samoan werewolf. I don't want to sound lame, but I hadn't thought further than, oh, that's a really cool model. I think it's a bit different when I'm reviewing them. I'm looking so closely at the sprue so I can give my opinion on the video. Maybe I just noticed it more, but I just thought the sculpting on it was awesome, dude. I thought it was really, really clever. Thought it was really clever. Right, we've got 2 left. 2 left. New Soulblight stuff is really nice, yeah. Yeah, I really do want the Skelly Bobs. I want a load of skeletons with vampires, led by vampires. If I order the Wood Elf Arcane Journal when it went on pre-order along with a couple of boxes of Orc and Goblin Tribes, but it's still processing my orders page on the website, am I bought for a tomorrow arrival? From Games Workshop? Probably. Probably. Yeah, I need to check mine actually. I need to check whether that mine's been... let me check mine and see what mine says, because I ordered the Wood Elf cards, I think. Did I get the cards or the dice from Warhammer? Cards and dice. Mine's still processing as well, so mine has not been shipped. Because they're useless. Pain and suffering, I know. It's really, I don't know why I don't know how they can't do it. I would always try and get things from an FLGS, to be honest. Unless you're going straight into a Games Workshop, I'd always try and get them from, I don't know whether you're in the UK or not, but I'd always try and get them from like Element Games or Griffin Gaming or something like that. Ended up with a Death Rattle box, a Spearhead, and then this dragon. Oh, fish. Oh, you're in New England. Nice. I missed getting the new mission deck for 40k, which is immensely annoying. Yeah, are they back in stock yet? I'm guessing not. No. They will. They'll come back in. Like you say, it's just really annoying when you need him to play. Hoping not so long this time. You'd hope. You'd hope. You would hope, wouldn't you? You would hope. When it's so, like, game critical. And you would hope that they had, like, a list of active 40k players. Like, they should know how many people play 40k. So just print that amount. And it's not like a stock item that's A, taking up a lot of space, and B, taking up a lot of revenue. Like, just get fucking shitloads printed. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, I've missed loads of the shin armor. Anyway, yeah, I'm sure they'll come back in pretty quick. But I can totally understand how annoying that is. I kind of fell out with 40k after I ordered the limited edition Necron Codex, and then they said they oversold, and they didn't send me one. Never quite forgiven them for that. And annoyingly, I emailed them as well because I was at Warhammer World on the day of release, and they had some on the shelf, and I was like, oh. Should I just pick one up? Like, with hindsight, I should have just picked one up off the shelf and then taken it back if they didn't ship, because it hadn't shipped, and I was like, oh, I was just getting a little bit suspicious. And I thought, I know, I'll email them. And of course, customer service doesn't reply. And then I don't get the book. I just think it's not just shipping. They just ain't made enough. Oh yeah, no, I know. It's not just shipping. Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't suggesting that it hasn't. It was just that they hadn't shipped. That was more my annoyance with the codex. What's the times? Piastri's fastest by 2/10. Verstappen third by 3/10. Norris fourth 3/10. Where's Hamilton? 7/10 down. Shit, come on Hamilton. Oh, is there a new Warcom article? I've just seen Purpley Spark go wow on Discord. Is there a new Warcom? Do I need to go and have a look? Yeah, so they built more factories, but that takes like just building more factories. It takes a while to kind of get into the dispatch and production. Into the production timeline kind of thing. So it'll have an impact in like a year's time. Hopefully. These are so cool! Right, we've got 2 left. Right, do I need to go check Warcom? Do I need to go check Warcom? Have we got stuff? Your chance to win a Primarch. Oh, you could win a Primarch. Spearhead, Season of War, Talk, Deathly Duels. Nope, not interested in that. Match Play Guide for Middle Earth. Not interested in that. Okay, cool. So it's just a Saturn competition to win a thing. So you just have to sign up. Okay. Everybody go sign up for the newsletter and then you could maybe win a Primarch. That are all out of stock. Two left, like total. Yeah, I've got two. Well, no, it's just to do this copper. We're just doing the copper, and I've got these two left, and I have 31. So I've got 8 bow Ushabti here, and then I've got 23 normal Ushabti. But they do paint up pretty quickly. Like all my Tomb Kings paint pretty quickly in terms of how they are done, because there's the vast majority of them are this copper, which you kind of paint up patina and then highlight up. I was experimenting in the last game with 16 attacks and both mobs got tabled by Great Bow Ushabti. Nice! Yes, go Ushabti, Ushabti. So Bow Ushabti are good then? Do-do-do. I hope the Wood Elves get a few little kind of tweaks, because I really want to run like things like Warhawk Riders and stuff, or maybe just the other things in the game get a few tweaks so that Warhawk Riders are okay. Did War Masters reply and tell me what armies he's got? I didn't know, so I went AFK. What was the question? What armies in Old World do you actually have? And what's your next kind of like one that you're mentally planning? If there is one. Because I'm mentally planning all the time. Like, I'm mentally planning a Chaos Dwarf. Well, the Chaos Dwarf one's kind of already been mentally planned because it's just like loads of Chaos Dwarf infantry. I don't want any Hobgoblins or Black Orcs. Just want blocks of Chaos Dwarfs with the artillery. So that one's been like mentally planned for a while. I just need to message my friend and see if I can get hold of the Dwarfs that he's got. He said he was going to send me a Demon Smith to paint up just to see if I like them. Painted enough to be battle ready? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Like, I've got a Minotaur army. Half of it's not printed yet, but I've got a Minotaur army. Like, pull the trigger for. Warriors of Chaos, Ogres, Tomb Kings, and Minotaur Hood, and Dwarfs. Okay, that is actually quite a lot. Oh, wait, no, no, I remember seeing pictures now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember seeing pictures on your bookshelf. I'm looking forward to the Minotaurs. I'm glad I don't have to run Gore. That's the main thing with the Minotaur list. I don't have to run Gore because I'm not a big like Beastman fan, I suppose. I like the Minotaurs and the Dragon. I like the monsters. Monstrous infantry and the monsters in Beastman, I think. I felt orcs that are in progress, but I've burnt out on, so I need to get back to as well. Yeah, I kind of burnt out on my orcs as well. It's one of my things with printing. I can kind of burn out a little bit because I've got the orcs. The thing that kind of burns me out is that when I have to print like three plates, maybe I need a bigger printer. I need to print 3 plates for one kind of unit of boar boys or something. Were there Black Orc boar boys in the Arcane Journal, by the way? Do I need to do an Arcane Journal orc army with Black Orc boar boys? Black Orc war boss on a wyvern and a shaman on a wyvern, or did I mishear that? Oh, it was boar chariots, wasn't it? It was Black Orc chariots, I think. There's an intent to do some elves, probably high elves, and maybe the trace. I need to look at the trace infamy army again because I didn't think I was like I don't think I'm interested in that. I don't know why. I need to find out and crack in and find out what that's about. But I think it'll be a Grand Army cavalry. I've got to be careful. The one thing I've got to be careful with Old World, because I really like infantry blocks, so I've got to be careful that not every army that I want to play in my head turns into an infantry block, because I'm not going to be able to paint all that. You can put Black Hawk characters on Wyverns or Boars as standard in Grand Army. That was what it was. That was what it was. Yeah, because that's why I've got Black Hawk Boar. Black Hawk Boar boys. Because I printed them like 105% to make them a bit bigger. I was going to airbrush all the silver. The similar way I did with my... Dark Elves, so that hopefully you can make that a quick paint job. Hey Sinister, how you doing? You can make Boar Boy big guns, just no Black Hawk Boy squads. That was it. That was it. Thank you. Cheers, Warmaster. Yeah, so I've got Black Hawk stuff. Because they're cool. Black Hawks are cool. Right, last one. Last one. It's the last one. How are you doing, Sinister? What do I use for the rocks on the bases? The rocks are Fimo and Milliput. So you mix Fimo and Milliput together loosely, and then you bake it, and then the Fimo and Milliput cracks really well. So these are Fimo and Milliput rocks. As you can see there. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Depending on how well you mix it together depends on how fine the texture is when you crack it. So if you don't mix it very well, you end up with like cracks between the Milliput and the Fimo. So you kind of roll it out into a sausage, and you kind of fold it together and squash it and fold it together, and that creates layers that crack between them, sort of thing. So you end up with like strata. So yeah, it's Fimo and Milliput. Should do a guide video, say before next weekend. Why? What happens next weekend? I was tempted by the wild hunt for wood elves. I would have been if it wasn't utterly crap. I don't think either of the wood elf armies have been particularly interesting. I've been a little bit disappointed with the wood elf rules, to be honest. Like I'll paint an Orion, I'll convert and do an Orion. but he'll just run Grand Army, I think. I think you could use Das instead. You could, you just don't get the cracks. The thing about this is that the Milliput and the Das sort of sit on top of each other, so you don't get the cracks in the same way. So Das is yeah, you get different. You get a different finish. You can do. You just get a different finish. They just had the most interest. Yeah. They did the cardinal sin with, in my opinion, with the Wood Elf Armies of Infamy, of not pushing you in a certain direction, but writing rules that suggest going a certain direction, but they're not supporting that direction. And 40k does that an awful lot. And Old World sort of hasn't. They've done a pretty good job, like the Orc one, like pushing you towards a troll horde, and then it kind of makes the units that you want to take in that troll horde better. Well, not better, but just like more interesting. And then the Wood Elf one, they did the 2 armies of infamy, and then the models and units that you want to take within that army of infamy haven't been made more interesting or better. Which disappointed me a little bit. So it's just Grand Army really for me for Wood Elves. The kind of the principle of the Wild Hunt would have been really cool in my head. Like I would really cool. It would be really cool to do an army like that, but just creating that army is just it's like trying to swim upstream. Glade Riders for life. Oh yeah. I kind of like the but then the Glamour Weave. The Glamour Weave thing is Grand Army anyway, so you can put a spellcaster on a unicorn in a unit of Treekin anyway, and that sounds really cool. Like I'm gonna do that. I want to try and, like in my head, I've got an image of like a really weird unicorn that's sort of got tree spirit DNA within it. So maybe like a tree branch coming out of its head for its horn and things like that, to kind of tie it in with the Treekin. So I might do a converted elf mage on some weird unicorn to go in the unit of Treekin. I think that would be really cool. So yeah, that's the kind of approach I like with the Old World stuff at the moment. And it's annoying that the kindreds, like there's just the aspect of the bear is just so good. So I've kind of got to put a bear pelt around my Wood Elf Lord on a stag. I think Sylvaneth are cool, but the real Woodies are my jam. Yeah, Sylvaneth are okay. When I was a kid, I really liked the idea of the Wood Elves. I find the skills a bit chunky or metal, damn you, Orion, and then AOS happened, and then yeah, I didn't like the half-man, half-tree things. I don't mind the half-man, half-tree spirit things. I don't like the whole tree bits. Like the Kurnoth Hunters I really don't like. The tree men I really don't like. Drycher is cool. I like Drycher. Like I need to paint another Drycher for my Sylvaneth because I painted one for a raffle giveaway. So I kind of like Drycher and that sort of level, like the tree spirits within a tree. I just don't like the tree men aspect of like the Kernoth hunters and the stupid tree that's riding a beetle is dumb as shit. I don't like all that side of the Sylvaneth. And I was surprised that they did Alariel for the Wood Elves, for the Sylvaneth, and not Orion. I'm sure there's a law reason for it, although it's their law, so they could write whatever law they wanted, and they chose to put Alariel in there rather than Orion. Which is a cool model, of course. There we go. I think that is the last bit of copper. Oh no, it's not. It's good actually because I've got one tiny bit of copper paint left on the wet palette. There we go. She's a big honcho. Just like elves more than trees. I'm exactly the same, Sinister. I like my elves. I didn't mind the tree spirits. The tree spirits are fine. Because you kind of get a little bit of that elf in there. But when they went too far, I didn't like it. Just grin and bear it. I want a lord on a slender stag with branch horns. I don't know what to do with stags. I don't know what to do with stags because I really want to try and stick with Games Workshop. So there's 3 armies, possibly 4 if I end up with High Elves. There's 3 armies that I really want to stick to Games Workshop with. That's Tomb Kings, Wood Elves and Dark Elves. So I'm kind of stuck with all because the models are all really nice, right? Like when I wanted a Minotaur army, I don't really like the Minotaur models. They're okay. And to get 18 Minotaurs plus 2 Doom Bulls and a Gorbul Battle Standard Bearer, it's just going to cost an absolute fortune. Because how much is 3 Minotaurs? 3 Minotaurs is like 50 quid or something. Anyway, it'd be like £500. So I 3D printed that. So these kind of weird little themed armies that I want to run, I'm more happy to 3D print, like the Chaos Marauder dragon worshipping cult warband army, which I want to do. I'm quite happy to kind of 3D print that. That's okay, or at least 3D print the dragon and then maybe use the AOS Dark Oath stuff. But when it comes to Wood Elves, Dark Elves, Tomb Kings, and probably High Elves as well, I want to try and keep within the Games Workshop model range for as long as I can. Like there are exceptions which I've allowed myself, like when the Bone Giant comes out like this, I'm like, well, that's just fucking brilliant, and I want it in my army. And I've made allowances for a really nice skeleton horse sculpt that I've seen, so I've printed all my skeleton horses, but that's it. So to do a stag, I don't know what to do with a stag. Like I'll probably get the one that they do, and then the only other stag are the Wild Riders / Sisters of the Thorn. But it's just so different to the Stag Lord. It's not gonna kind of match. Like, I could possibly talk myself into doing a mage on one, but I don't think a mage can ride a stag, can it? So a mage is just on a unicorn anyway, which I've got the conversion for. Like the Wood Elf mage on a unicorn is going to be the Bretonnian Elise Duchard with a different head and a different arm. So that's going to be really cool. but I don't know what to do with the stag. I think it's just going to end up with me having to sculpt. So I might use the stag model that's out and try and sculpt a slightly different head on it, or try and like add some branches to the add some branches, because it would look really good if the antlers were like really impressive. So maybe I can try and add some more antlers on it, antlers to it, get loads of Sylvaneth bits and like sculpt some really impressive antlers to it. I think the stag head is too fat. I think it needs to be more slender, so that's why I was thinking that I might need to sculpt. I might need to learn to sculpt, because the stag head just looks a bit too chunky. Missed a little bit of primer there. And missed a little bit of primer there as well. There we go. So that's my kind of quandary with the stag, and I kind of want to do 3. I want to do 3 stag lords, because I think it would be quite fun to kind of do 3 different versions. One with like a great weapon, one with like a shield, one with a really cool magic weapon that you could maybe give it, like maybe give one a bow, and play around with all those. So I need some variety between the models. Yeah, the unicorn will be really cool, because what I'm going to do with the unicorn is and I think it'll just work really well. If you look at Elise Duchard, if you look at her, there is nothing there apart from a head swap, and you swap that hand out. There's nothing there that isn't just like, oh, it's a wood elf. Like, she's even got leaves on her dress. So you just swap her head out for an elf. Don't know where I'm going to get the elf head yet. I'll pick the model up and then decide. So I'll swap her head out for an elf. She's already got a really cool like wood elfy staff.
Woo feet on stream, Christopher.
Feet on stream. Yes, yeah, feet on stream. So yeah, she's gonna be my wood elf mage on a unicorn, which is really cool. And then the other thing was, like, because of this, you could see how you could convert this unicorn to be a bit more tree-y, and have like that being a branch coming out of her head and things like that, and turn it into like the Treekin version as well. Or maybe I just do that straight away and like make it a bit more tree orientated from there. How are you, purples? Purples, I've got them all done. Look, they are all coppered. So now we're going to get some red out, and we're going to red everything. You woo, woo Ushabti. You woo, Ushabti. You woo, Ushabti. You woo, Ushabti. Hey, it's the Tobes. Hey, Toby Tobes. How are you, Toby Tobes? How is Toby Tobes? Toby Tobes, Toby Tobes. How is Toby Tobes? Toby Tobes is on Friday. You're knackered. Finally done with work. Yay! Well, you don't need to be knackered anymore then, Tobes. You finished work, you can chill. Time to ramp up the bullying. Welcome in, Tobes. There's no bullying. No bullying tonight. We've been looking at Elise Duchard and talking about how she's going to be my wood elf mage. I need to find an elf head. I need to find a really, really good elf female head. Maybe there's is there a Sylvaneth elf head? Actually, what's Alariel's head like? Galadriel, yeah, Galadriel's too tiny. Too tiny. That's going to be too big, isn't it? She's going to be too big. Galadriel's look. You can't do anything Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings are absolutely tiny, so the scale would just look shitty. I'm wondering about these. Because you just paint that as a normal head. It's not really a female one though, is it? Those ones haven't got any hair. What are these ones? Have these ones got any hair? Have these ones got any females? Is there a female? Oh, hang on. Isn't there a... There's an Underworlds. Where's the Underworlds warband? Isn't one of those like Trist... Oh no, that's a Twist World. Are these... Is one of these female? I mean, she's female. No, no, no. That's a cool head though. That would make a really, really cool head for something. That's awesome. No females. There's just that one there. And that one's got weird hair. Weird tentacle hair. Pull the head off of Barbie and sculpt ears with green stuff. The Bee Queen. Lumineth range. That's a good point. Lumineth range. Order Lumineth. Is there a bear? Spite Revenants have female bodies. I'm sure you could use on the tree Revenants with hair. The Spite Revenants have female bodies that I'm sure can be used on the tree Revenants with hair. Just have a look at the Spite Revenants. There's no real head there. Cow Hat Grail Lady. Well, she can't have a cow hat now, can she? It needs to be a bare head. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I think that's the only one, isn't it? That's the only one. That's the only kind of like magey female head. What am I looking for? A female elven head to go on the unicorn. That would actually. I think that would, because she's got leaf crown as well. That would look really cool. I think it's that one. I think it's that one. What's she look like from the back? Oh, she's got big long. Yes. It's that one, isn't it? Right, let's go and have a... Oh, fuck's sake. What? No, I want... oh! There we go. Bloody bollocks crap shit. Wank website. So, her hair comes down that side there. Her hair comes down that side there. Is that the same? Pretty much. Hopefully the scale's not too big. Yeah, I think that's probably alright actually. Lara Croft but elf. You could probably use most of that mini and have her side saddle. No, so this model, Tobes, like it's just a hand and a head away from a wood elf, because she's already got like a leafy dress and everything. There's nothing you need to do. There's literally nothing you need to do other than a head swap and a hand over here. What's her hand holding? No, okay. Her hand's not holding anything. Oh, her hand is holding something cool. No, you can't actually use that, can you? So I need to get her for her head. Great. Sisters of Avalon heads. Oh, that's true. Where are the Sisters of Avalon? Old World, Sisters of Avalon, High Elves. They're going to be easier to pick up as well, aren't they? Because you can just get one of those off bit sites. Probably. Sisters of Avalon. They're a bit high elfy. Because they've got the crown. They've got the high elf crowny thing. A bigger chalice. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Like, just give her a massive chalice. But it's not very wood elfy, unfortunately. Right, so we need to do some red. How's your day been, Tobes? How has your day been? How has your day been? Right, so we need to do some red. Need to do some red. What's the one with the two that are jumping off each other? Have they got bare heads? No, they haven't really. Yeah, it's just her. It's just the Cathalar. Cathalar's nice. Sisters of Avalon's were added to the Wanderers faction at the start of AOS, with the other Wood Elves should fit in. Yeah, they've got a bit. They've got like a high elfy crown. Doesn't quite fit. I don't think we have to worry because the Cathalar is awesome. I think the Cathalar just like drops straight in. I think she's perfect because she's got a leaf crown and everything. So thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much, everybody. The sisters are kind of halfway between Wood Elf and High Elf. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Just unfortunately, the half that is High Elf is the head. Historically, Avalon had Dryads and Treeman in the roster. Assume you'd thought to look at the Sisters of the Thornheads, and they're no good. Sisters of the Thorn. Possibly no good. I will find out tomorrow because they arrive. Haven't they got helmets? Oh no, oh. Maybe actually. That's quite a because she's got the antlers there as well, so maybe. Yeah, it's those. It's the wild riders that have got the heads, helmets. Yeah, maybe that head will work. Yeah, I've got them in the battalion, haven't I? That's a really cool staff. That's going to be her staff. Oh shit. Yeah, I think it's that head. I still think it's that head. I think that's really, really cool. And then give her that staff. That staff's amazing. That's cool as shit. I'll be using those for my mounted riders. Mounted mages. May I post a link to an Etsy model of a zombie deer? A zombie deer? You can throw that in Discord if you want. Throw it in Discord if you want to, gentlemen. I just need to grab a few of those Sisters of Thorn or Top of Hawk. Yes, that's where I'm going, Sinister. I think because they've got the kneeling down pose, I think they're going to work on Hawks. I need Baron Burgundy. There we go. Right, let's get some Baron Burgundy down on all this. Have I got? Yeah, it probably just goes on there. Oh, I need to get some more Baron Burgundy. I'm out of Baron Burgundy. I'll have to add that to my Element Games order tomorrow. I'll throw that on the basket in a sec. There we go. A few of those Sisters of Top of Hawks. I need like at least 2 majors on. Yeah, I kind of want some majors on Hawks as well. And the same with the Great Eagles as well. I think putting them on the Great Eagles might look good. Right, so. Oh, that was it, wasn't it? I was going to add Baraknar Burgundy to my element games. Come on, log in. There we go. So we need Baraknar Burgundy. There we go. They've got those in stock. Add those as well. Cool. Just adding paints to that order. Put them on Hawks so I can get more. Yeah, I definitely need one on a. Definitely need one on a. Definitely need one on a unicorn. Mostly paint, yeah, I've done that before. There we go. Yeah, I've been slowly adding paints to the shopping list as I've kind of noticed that they're really low, so that's really low now. And that's actually a key paint for the Tomb Kings as well, so I definitely need more of that. So because I'm grabbing just like a little bit at the weekend from Element Games, I just thought I'd add some into that. So exclamation mark element if anybody else wants to grab anything this weekend. Help support the stream, etc. Even ran out of Dark Reaper. I haven't run out of Dark Reaper. I love Dark Reaper. Dark Reaper's a great colour. I have kind of gone through and put a lot of my scale colour paints in the other drawer. think I'm going to try and once I've kind of got some, once I've got the armies a bit more stable in terms of how painted they are, I'm going to try and do some more events. Finished putting the texture paint on my Emperor's Children. I'll give it a prime and tomorrow. Nice! Nice, Alfredo. Lie down for a bit. Are you streaming tomorrow to make up for the selfish day out yesterday? Probably not, because I've got YouTube videos to record, and I'll be building wood elves. You don't want to watch me build wood elves. Hope you feel better, dude. Catch you later. Have you got your wood elves arriving tomorrow? Did you order wood elves? I kind of want to think you ordered wood elves. Oh, didn't you? Oh, maybe you didn't because you were saving. End of June, nice. I can't believe I'm getting so much shit for going to my sister's for dinner yesterday. My God, you're so needy. You're such a needy Twitch chat. I got to see a Pussycat. That was cool. I'll forgive you just this time. Aww. Oh, forgiving Tobes. Yeah. Exclamation mark Element and exclamation mark Griffin if you are ordering anything this weekend and you would like to support and help me out. I don't need you, I don't even know why I'm watching. Aw, cheers, fish.
Well, yes, we are needy, and you plank. Also, Poe and Chips pick as Bene posted. And no, I don't forgive you, you plank.
Plank, wow. We've actually got some politeness. Oh. Hey, Poe. Hey, Canale. She's got a little spotty nose. She's looking better. Find it on the stove. Wasn't there a picture of Giblet up here somewhere? Hey, look at this! Hi! Brilliant. Hi! Right, so that's some red. The start of the red. The bow, we said we were going to do bone, didn't we? I need to go and make a cup of tea. So I'm going to go make a fresh cup of tea. And then when we get back, we're going to carry on with all the red on the other models, I think. Makes sense. Yeah, these are cool as shit. These are really cool. Right, be right back, everybody. Won't be a sec. Right, rock and roll. Let's do some more red. Red. Right, we've done this red. Who's left in chat? Who have we got in chat? What's everybody doing this weekend? What are we doing this weekend? What are we doing this weekend? I've got yeah, I'm going to be building wood elves tomorrow, along with recording some videos. I'm going to do a video on like building models because I've got some. I ordered some new bits and bobs and bits and pieces to help, not really help building, but to like improve the quality that I'm building at. So I'm going to do a video about that, which will be quite good. I'm going to paint some Necrons, see if I can set up a 40k match for Tuesday. Try to get Rupert, the new dog, to like me. Oh, does he not like you? Oh no, Target. What's gone wrong? Why he no like you? Do you like your wife? Oh yes, he does. No, I remember the picture now. Yeah, there was a picture of him on your wife's knee, wasn't there? So he likes your wife, just doesn't like you. Oh no! You need to put some bacon in your pocket. Bribe them with food. Bribe them with food, dude. Loves the wife. He doesn't like it when I pat his head or make a noise or look at him. If I look at the dog, he growls at me. Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to doing this kind of build video. Like going through the build process and cleaning up, and it's gonna like make some people go, what the fuck? Because like there's loads of people in the community who just throw the models together and leave all the mold lines and everything. But there's some things to talk about. How the gates on the sprues affect the plastic as you're cleaning them up and things. So. We call those people psychopaths. What? People who dogs don't like? Are you calling Target a psychopath? Don't call Target a psychopath. Target's cool. We like Target. Should we ask him at least? Target, are you a psychopath? Oh, people who leave mold lines. That is true. That is true. I don't understand that. So yeah, the wood elves. I've got some new things for the wood elves because I wanted to do the wood elves as cleanly as I could. So and it's coincided with something else as well. So it'll be a good video, I think. If you leave models and also play with unpainted models, I get it. You just want to game, yeah. Yeah. I do get that side. Like I get that side. But also, if dogs don't like you, there's a chance you are a psychopath as well. Because dogs can sense that thing, right? So equally, we should ask Target just to make sure. I also started my Reaver Sergeant for my Raptors kill team. Oh, dude, sweet. Straight up villain. Straight up villain. All psychopaths love cats. Is that what it is? Like Blomfeld's cat and Inspector Gadget's evil villain cat. What was the Inspector Gadget evil villain called? Can't remember. Was it Mr. Claw or was Mr. Claw the cat? Donald Trump is the first US president in over a century not to have a dog while in office. Even Nixon had a dog. So you calling is Donald Trump a psychopath? This is the Formula One, by the way, and it's adverts, and they're now doing a really, really shit advert for Hellman's with Sydney Sweeney, making it sound like she's having an orgasm. Because sex still sells, apparently. No, he's a sociopath. It's a different. It's Dr. Claw. Oh, is it Dr. Claw? So the evil guy was Dr. Claw, not the cat. That makes sense. Oh, what a tune. Hard to tell if he's also a psychopath under the narcissism. Machiavellianism. Yeah. There we go. Yves Saint Laurent. There we go. US Open live on Sky Sports. And I'm sure everybody's going to be fascinated by this, but it's the Champions League final tomorrow as well. So I'll be watching that as well. Lots of things happening this weekend. Building Wood Elves with the Formula One on. Building Wood Elves with the Champions League final on. Sydney Sweeney is selling soap made out of her used bathwater. Oh, for fuck's sake. Prediction. What are we predicting? Prediction for Formula One or prediction for the Champions League? Champions League is PSG. Formula One is Norris. Footy, PSG. PSG. The only way you can talk yourself into Inter Milan is if you say that they find a way. However, I just think PSG are too good. I predict I'll watch neither. I predict that 90% of the chat will watch neither as well. 95% of the chat. The amount of hate I get in Twitch chat when I start talking about sports ball is insane. So I predict I predict that 95% of the chat will watch neither. I also scorn the sports enjoyer. Yeah. So much scorn for the sports enjoyer. Right, I'm going to turn Formula 1 off because Formula 1 has finished. That's back on tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. Watch what? Exactly. PSG always blow it though, and Inter are so solid defensively. They're not though, are they? Inter are not solid defensively. They've been messing up loads. Like their transition between defense and like attack and the low block and the press is just so all over the place weird that they've been letting things in. And I think because they've been letting things in, I think PSG will just... I think it'll obviously be close. I think it'll be 3-1 or something. But a really good game. I think it'll be a really good game. We're talking about the Champions League final tomorrow, Purples. We've had loads of conversation today about sports because chat's been quite slow. There we go. However, Purples, Purples, I don't know whether you were here in this Twitch chat when we were talking about this. But Elise Duchard, we were looking for elven heads to go on Elise Duchard, Purples. Do you want to see which two that I've kind of gone, oh, okay. So here's one. So one which will be really kind of good and obvious will be the Wild Riders. So that head could work, and then give her this staff as well. Which is, I mean, I'll have these models anyway, so this will be really easy to kind of try. So that's one. But then check this one out, Purples. Check that one out. That's going to be so cool. Hello from the NEC, teeny tiny. How is Yukaga? How is Yukaga? How is Yukaga? So yeah, I reckon that head, as long as the head's not too large, I don't think it will be. I really like Elisa's head as well. However, it's not an elf. We have sweated so much. Is it really hot? I mean, it's a really hot day. It is a really hot day. So hopefully the aircon has been turned up and it's not too unbearable. But yeah, it's a really hot day. I've got everything open here. It's really hot here. You found treasure. Tell us. You can't see her ears. I know. I get that. But like, if I just flat out use Elise Shard, I don't think that's quite fair. I think I'm gonna do something to make her look a bit more wood elfy. That's my approach anyway. Like, looking at her, there's an argument to leave absolutely everything apart from her chalice. There's an argument to leave, like you say, you can't see her ears. So there's an argument to leave absolutely everything just as she is. Like even her staff is kind of wood elfy. But I thought that was just taking a bit too much of the piss. So I'm trying to find an elf and a head to swap in. It's not super hot, it's just 50,000 geeks generating heat is a giant matrix battery. You did an oopsie and bought a 7-kilogram board game. Oh, tell us. Oh. Also, what's the Gundam game like? Have you gone and got to? Because are they giving away the free models for the Gundam game, or do you just go and pick one up? Because the Gundam game looks really cool and the models looked awesome. Yeah, remove the chalice. It sucks. Yes. Yeah, and change her head. Like, I'll have plenty of opportunity to use that head on a handmaiden for the Bretonian army or something. But yeah, she's a lovely model. It's a lovely model. It's a really nice unicorn. So, but she's got leaves. She's got leaves in her. She's got leaves in her dress and everything, so that ties in with the wood elves. I think it's the card game they've got to show. Oh. No, they've definitely got models there. I've seen pictures. Where did I see pictures? UK Games Expo Bandai stand. So these are coming in July. And you can get your own little... I don't know whether it's just the Zaku. But you can go and grab like a teeny little Gundam from the set thing. So yeah, when you get to the Bandai stand tomorrow, I'd leafify her the belt thingy at her waist. Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, I'll put some leaves on there, 100%. Like I've got plans to do quite a few like vines with leaves on because it's dead easy, right? You just roll out some green stuff. So I'm gonna vine quite a lot of things. You roll out some green stuff, and then just like weave it around, vine it around the model of where you want it, and then add some leaves. So that'll be dead easy to do. I might even try and get some laser cut leaves or something. So yeah, I'll definitely do that. We'll definitely check it out tomorrow. Nice! Tomorrow, so we've had a haul and a half we haven't got to yet. Wow! I need to get more organised. I'm missing too many things. I've absolutely been so busy this week. It's been nuts. I've had so much stuff arrive. Mannerings, you are gonna. I'm doing some really cool. I'm recording some videos this weekend. Some really cool videos. I'm doing one on building. I'm doing one on some other stuff. A couple of painting videos. So there's loads of videos coming really soon. The building one I think is really interesting. So hopefully that'll make a really good video. Because I've got I've picked up some really cool stuff. So this is a really interesting like sanding pad and things. So it's really, I think it'll be a very cool really cool conversation in the video. Just because like the Wood Elves. And then it's kind of coincided with something else as well. I wanted to get some more, some different tools for building the Wood Elves as best I can, kind of thing. It's coincided with something else as well, so I think it'd be quite fun to do a video on all that. Post some pictures up in Discord if you'd get to take any teeny tiny and Mannerings. Be awesome to see what you're doing. As always. This brush is absurd. These brushes are just outright yeah. Lovely cup of tea. What are you doing this evening then, Mannerings? Might we see you tomorrow giving it I mean, I'm not intentionally giving it a miss. I just haven't... I've just been really bad at organising it. I just realised I forgot to pack my Elysian Green and my Ogren Camo. I'm sure I'll put them in the bag. Oh no! Check right down at the bottom, Sinister. Are you having a good time though, teeny tiny? You looked much at the old world RPG that's coming, Chris. Popped to a pick in stream gallery of what I'm guessing might be the release stuff. No, I've not really looked into it. No. It's D&D kind of thing, isn't it? Which would be awesome. It would be one of those. It would be one of those things that I got just to read and be like mentally excited about it, but never get to play. Yeah, that's true. Lots of extra background lore, that's true. That might be an interesting thing to pick it up for. Having a lovely time. Caught up with Millie and M. We're waiting out the rush before we attempt to get the train back to the hotel. Fantastic. Fantastic, teeny tiny. Yeah, I promise I will be better next con season, if you like. And try and get to them all. Then we can plan what to see tomorrow. Oh, exciting, exciting. Look forward to seeing your haul. We will shout out your haul next week when you get back. Like we did everybody's haul with Salute. Also, I think Mango's there tomorrow, so might be. I will buzz everybody in Discord to see if we can sort a Discord meetup out. See if we can get everybody together.
Ho picks Christopher.
Poe picks again. No worries, we're going to have a look in a sec. Thanks, Purples. Has Mannering picked up anything yet? Has Mannering seen anything that he liked? I'm going to walk to the fish and chip shop in a bit and get chips and battered sausage. Battered sausage and chips. It's going to be yum. Battered sausage and chips. Been buying various bits. Also got some more of the squats. Oh, nice. Nice. Look forward to seeing what you picked up, Mannerings. That would be cool. I'm going to be building a bit more tonight. And then we have Honest Wargamer stream as well, hopefully at some point this evening as well, to kind of chill out and listen to while I'm munching some chips. And then recording and building tomorrow. I've got lots of recording to do tomorrow. And then an awful lot of editing as well, so it'll be interesting to see if I can keep up with all of that. Picked up a Vader squad for Shatterpoint. Oh, amazing. Is it like a bring and buy there? Who else is in the Vader squad? That's cool, dude. Your Shatterpoint stuff arrived, didn't it? The stuff I sent. I can't remember what you ordered. Did it all arrive safe? 3D printing's horrible to send. I'd attend more cons if I didn't have to leave the country to do it. Yeah, like there's not really an excuse for me not to go to UK Games Expo because it's down the road. But I have to get like a train or a bus or something. And I just didn't get round to buying tickets. Just stormtroopers. Like if you want my opinion, purples, no. But I don't know. Like I'd rather suggest you get Cathay or an old world rule book or something. I don't know, than Spearhead. I don't know what Spearhead's identity is. I don't know what they're trying to do with it. However, I know you have a Spearhead community at your gaming store, so if it gets you games, then maybe. But I don't know what that box is. I don't know what it's supposed to be. I don't know whether it's just like a starter Spearhead thing where you get 2 Spearheads and then you can play with your mates. So they don't have to... like it's like a self-contained board game. Spearhead board game. With 2 Spearheads, terrain and a bit of cardboard. Or what? Because there's nothing in there that you... I don't think there's anything in there that you haven't already got. Like, you've got the terrain, haven't you? So it's just the box. It's just the book. Being told Spearhead is great. I mean... It's just... I don't get it. Like, it's just small Warhammer, so just play small Warhammer. And the new release box. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's got like it's like it's like Warhammer Light. It's got fewer rules or something. I don't really know. Like I got a Soul Blight Gravelord's Spearhead. I've got the models for it. Which Combat Patrol was done as well. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't formulated like how I would I don't know. I think it's just hammer it home fully by including a rules light booklet in the box. Yeah. I think they kind of push it in the wrong way. I don't know. I think they are pushing it in the right way. You do? Okay. I think I'm definitely missing something. Right, what time is it? 6:30. Right, we've got another half an hour. Does anybody want to talk about anything? Well, other than Warhammer is stupidly inaccessible, always has been. Maybe that's it then. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's the accessible way in, and it's more. I think it. Does it feel more like a board game than a tabletop war game, which is fine? I don't know. So yeah, but I mean, it's accessible. It's a good way in. Maybe it's that. Maybe that's a good thing for the hobby. I have an issue with Kill Team. Not Kill Team. Combat Patrol. Combat Patrol is the same thing as Spearhead, isn't it? For 40k, the 40k version of. Yeah. It's a buy the box, build it in this specific way, and load out and get learning type thing. Yeah. It's. I think I'm not the target audience, and I'm struggling to see that that's the best way to get the target audience into the hobby. Is that the right way of saying it? However, I don't have another way. I haven't thought about another way to get the target audience into the hobby, so maybe it is the best way of doing it. Yeah, I am about as far away from the target audience. Spearhead rules are lighter than AOS 4. They are, yes. You're the target audience for Old World. Says all my 19 Old World armies. Yeah, no shit. Which is like the opposite. That's true. That's true. And like, you have to get into the hobby somewhere, don't you? You do have to get into the hobby. And to be fair, I got into Warhammer Fantasy with a 500 point Warhammer Fantasy League at my store, at my Games Workshop shop. So that's how I got into Warhammer Fantasy. I got into 40k because my mate was playing Space Marines, and like everybody gets into 40k because sci-fi, right? And then getting further into the hobby and getting into fantasy, that started with a 500 point league at the store, which was almost like a Spearhead kind of mini Warhammer Fantasy thing. So maybe dropping out. We'll upload pics from hotel. Mannerings, have an awesome time, dude. I am very jealous, and I know that sounds stupid because I could be there. But yeah, that sounds really cool. I will get to the next one. I will get to some cons. Yeah, have an awesome time, teeny tiny as well. Because I know you're there as well. Just be amazing, have fun. Same country as our hobby shop. Get in the mail and just play. So going back to the question, should Purpley Spark get the new Spearhead box? Is there a Spearhead League in your gaming store, Purples, where you play all your awesome games that we... I'm just refreshing this. He's not live, is he? No, definitely not live. And you want to diversify your experience. Second target audience are people who just want to play a game that rules light and faster. these brushes are good. I think Warcry is better. See, I think, yeah, I think Warcry is more of a route in, and Spearhead is like a stepping stone. In the same way that Kill Team should be the route in and Combat Patrol should be the stepping stone or something, I don't know. But maybe they want to push Spearhead as the route in because it's more expensive. Hey, that's not saying that if you play Spearhead, like, don't go and enjoy it. Hell yeah, go and enjoy it. I'm just struggling to see where it sits. Which is totally my fault. That's totally on me. Plastic crack. Get hooked and you're in trouble. Yeah, totally different game system, isn't it? But it's the same. It's like it's the same hobby, right? Like game systems. It's the same lore. It's the same world. And the hobby has lots of game systems, so that's an okay thing to kind of educate people on and have them have expectations of. I'm waffling a bit now. Right, there we go. Go from Warcry to AI involves learning a whole new server, and you probably need to replace your models. So I can see why people would just stay with Warcry. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. But then equally, like, I get excited about the world and I want to explore it more. So that's the direction I'd kind of go. Wood elves arrive tomorrow. Wood elves arrive tomorrow. Wood elves arrive tomorrow. Wood elves arrive tomorrow. If Poe was a wood elf, we'd all be trouble. My wallet bleeds whenever I read a novel. Oh my god. Yeah, tell me about it. Tell me about it. Has anybody watched that Lupercal thing yet? I mean, the best entry into the game for me is for novels yet. Yeah, it's the, I think they... I think they've almost like shifted their focus too much of the lore into novels and not put them in the army books, because we used to get really cool lore in the army books and now we don't. And the lore in the army books used to like inspire you to do more of the army. It was like, oh, for God's sake. Like those little bloody stories. It was like, oh, that would be so cool as an army. Or I could add that. Oh. So, but then they bring them out so often now. There's no time to add new lore. Well, it's not even new lore, is it? You just want another story. You just want more stories. Just write another short story. It's only a page. Just pick another character from the lore and just write another story about him. Oh, what film did I watch last night that was shocking? Taken 3. I hadn't realised I hadn't seen Taken 3, so I put Taken 3 on. Fucking hell, it's bad. It's really frustrating. It's because they almost did it with The Equalizer as well. It's really frustrating when they miss the point of the films. Like they did that on You, on that Netflix TV show. Netflix show. And like the later seasons of that, it was just Joe narrating the whole bloody program. It's like, well, that's not what the first. It's not what the first. That's not what made the first season so good. Anyway, why would he do that if they could just not and charge the same price? I know. Yeah, let's just save all the time writing more stories, charge more because the prices go up. Stick it in a book that everybody's going to buy. That's why I like the SDS stuff so much. Like the Necromunda books, there's so many stories in those bloody Necromunda books. It's dangerous, utterly dangerous. So hopefully Old World is going that direction because it's the same studio, isn't it? Which is why I don't think we'll see, like we won't see a new edition of Old World where the rules change for fucking years. Although having said that, they have just done that. They have just done that with Horus Heresy. Yeah, why do you think I bought all the Necromunda books? I'm so far behind on the Necromunda books. And I can't afford to pick them all up. I'm nearly caught up on the model releases. Right, last few minutes, guys, and then we will head over to find somebody to raid. Which, if Rob does come on, I'm going to raid into Rob because he's talking the new AOS stuff. But if he's not on by the time I finish, we obviously won't. Right, we've got 2 of these left, which I'll do over the weekend sometime. Although we've got, maybe I'll do them next week. No, I can't do them next week because next week is Wood Elf week. Maybe I'll do them over the weekend, just or tonight. No, because I've got other stuff to do tonight. Oh, I don't know. We've got 6 done to this point. You know, if you don't play the games, you don't need to keep up with the rules. I've hacked their system. Horus Heresy 3.0. The models are looking amazing though. Yeah, I've just kind of accepted that I like collecting armies. So like the old world stuff. I just like doing the armies, like coming up with a theme, following it through, doing the conversions, creating characters. And that's why old world is so interesting. Yeah, it's totally allowed to buy models without playing. And I like painting, so like that's cool. Right, let's go find somebody to raid. Who is on? Ren's on. There we go. Nice and easy. Haven't played 40k since 6th and Fantasy since way before that. I'm kind of sad that I don't get to play with my best mates in Fantasy anymore. So like having the big games of Tomb Kings versus Dark Elves and Tomb Kings versus Dwarves and Orcs and Goblins and like big 4-way games of Tomb Kings and Dark Elves versus Dwarves and Goblins and things like that. Like, yeah, I just kind of miss that.
Check baby, can I, Christopher?
Oh my god! Oh, that's cute. Look! Always struggled to schedule a game. Yeah, like the board game club in Derby's kind of gone a bit downhill. That's where I used to play. There's a few in Nottingham, so maybe I should try and go and do some in Nottingham and things with some friends. So, right, thank you very much, everybody. I will see you on Monday. I'm going to record lots of stuff. I will absolutely, I promise, post all my Wood Elf picks in Discord very excitedly. So keep an eye on those, and I will see you all